All right, welcome to North Bay Bulldogs podcast. This is episode 6, I believe. We got to thank our sponsors first. Canada College, great things happen there. Northscapes Landscaping, the Tresnack family. Fox and the Piddle Pub, located at 112 Spencer Avenue, North Bay. Join the men's NFC team after every home game at our home of the fifth quarter. Ken Upol North Bay, your self-serve auto parts store, located at 412 Burgess Road, North Bay. DeMarco Lucendi Insurance Brokers, located at 693 Castles. Your home for auto, commercial, business insurance needs at 705-474-2420. Ask for Coach Krista or Coach Eric. ANS Towing, located at 1345 Franklin Street, North Bay. Call 705-497-8565 for all your towing needs. All right, we missed last week. We got to talk about the Bantams first. We got a lot of things to talk about quickly here. You guys are going to be having your fun day, right? We'll get into that after, and we have a local legend coming to town. We're going to talk about that. The men's had a tough time. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And then Nick's not here, but we're going to talk about flag, and we'll also talk about youth. And I'm going to play our radio ads live on here that will be taking place throughout the next couple weeks. So we can let everybody know what's going on. So even though all of our summer seasons have wrapped up, football's not done.
Nope,
it's just starting
beginning.
now. Yeah. So how'd the Bantams do?
The Bantams carried themselves very well. I mean, it was a great game. I wish the result were different. I think everyone did. But we really put the Guelph Griffins to the test. I think we were their hardest match that they had. I have the results from their championship. They defeated the Forest City Thunderbirds 34-20.
Wow.
Yeah, so they took the trophy and they did it in commanding style. But our guys went out there and we held them 17-12.
Yeah.
And there was one touchdown that was called back. Little ticky tack, but it was a legit penalty. Little ticky tack, but we were in that and we almost beat them.
Right
on the threshold. I'll give it to the Guelph Griffins. They made no mistakes. They tackled well, and their quarterback was exceptional. He was dominant. He was unstoppable. Just like the Oakville Titans, they have a lot of reliance on their running quarterback. This guy was just big, intimidating, excellent arm, great movement in the pocket, great movement when he got out, and he was getting 5-6 yards a time. And when you can move the ball like that, you're really hard to bring
still held him at 17 points.
17 points, yeah.
That's a real testament to, a team from a small city like North Bay with only 50,000 people to draw from. It's a testament, actually, that speaks to the success of our youth program, preparing these kids for that. And you guys as coaches, the whole group of coaches, you can't play well against a Southern Ontario team without good execution and good developmental skills, fundamental skills like tackling and blocking. And you guys, like you said, you're right there. And it's a real compliment to the North Bay Bulldogs Bantam group that the team you almost beat went ahead and won the championship. And I think that speaks volumes of the program. That's great.
Yeah, it's humbling to see on paper. You want to be there. You want to see the big game. But, the Griffin Stadium was amazing to be at. It was a great venue. Our fans are really... We got a great traveling fan group.
Oh, yeah.
And they follow us everywhere. And, when they're passionate. That's what I'm going to say. Passionate. I love them for it. So...
They got to have fun, too.
So, that game could have went either way. And that's what we want. It wasn't a blowout. Another big thing is that there's no one play, one big mistake, one thing that changed the complexion of the game. It's just a very well played game on both sides, and I give it to the Griffins. They honestly beat us, and it's no fault of ours. It's no fault of theirs. It's just that's the way it happened. Execution was great on both sides. Ryan and Nick drew up a great game plan, and we executed. We put points on the board. Our defense held them, but they just They just overcame us.
Just,
and at the very end, in the fourth quarter, they were up and they just ran the ball, and they were just really unstoppable. They bled the clock, didn't let us get the ball back. I'm sure we would have made something happen, but they just kept the game. They took it out of our hands. They did what a good championship team would do. They did everything right.
Yep.
Nothing wrong. Our boys played great. Matthew Debian had another banner game where he ran a touchdown in for sure. He ran a long way. That kid is, I don't know, he's a tank with a Ferrari engine. He just never stops, and he's
got a good motor. Yeah, terrific football
great
IQ.
football player. Yeah. So
that's great to see.
But all the kids, the offensive line never let Dane get touched. The defensive line were back in there, but that quarterback was one of those ones where you need another guy to help, and we just. Even after first contact, he would still plow through.
Eric told me he was a super athlete.
Yeah,
he
was great athlete.
Kicker, their quarterback, everything.
He heard his name a lot on the PA. That's all I'll say. Good kid. He would shake her hand at the end. So
that's good.
It's disappointing, but honestly, it's not.
No, it shouldn't be. When you can get a whole group of kids to go out there and lay it all out on the line, do their absolute best, put it all out there, everything they've got. Get off the field, completely exhausted, having put out their very best effort. That's not all.
No.
You can't judge yourself by that. That's a win in every measure that you were out there to compete like that, and that's.
Well,
we
played
terrific.
the best team in the league.
Yeah,
two of them back to back.
Went toe to toe. You didn't even lose by a touchdown.
No.
Okay. 5 points.
Yeah,
5 points.
Not even a touchdown. So was it fun? It was a nail biter. Obviously.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
I think I had chest pains and my left arm went numb for a while, but
checked out.
If that was fun, that was a great game. The kids were really into it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a privilege to be in that position.
To come back from 2 years of not seeing it to having a drive like that, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
finished third in the league.
Yeah, third in the league, third overall.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah. So it's a great accomplishment.
Oh yeah. I'm proud of them. Those kids really stepped up, and they're a great group. I have good memories of it, and that's what I'll take. I hope that they have the same thing. It's a long. We're all together there for a long time, so it's a good collaborative effort.
Yeah.
There's not too many teams you get that close. There's only one team that wins each year, right?
Yeah.
So you're right there.
Yeah. Oh, I know. We're going to be knocking on the door, but they will come to fear the Bulldogs when we come to town, where they're not going to take us for granted. They're not going to think we're just a boony, sticks city. We get that a lot when we go down and play. The Hicks are here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're a backwoods team now. This team is competitive, and they play to win, and we're for real. Like we knocked the best team out of the division. You're welcome, Guelph, and we held our own with the Griffins.
It's nice to see it at different levels, though, because we've only really seen that at one level so far since we've had all the clubs.
What's that?
Teams making it to the semis and finals.
Well, junior varsity made it. We took the junior varsity team to the finals. We lost. We had a terrible injury to two of our better players in that game. And we lost that final, I think, by 8 points.
Was that the furthest we've won with the Bantam so far?
This is
yes.
Okay. For sure. And then the junior varsities made it to the final. Of
final.
Course, as you know, the senior varsity won the championship.
Yeah.
And then finished the next year and lost as a finalist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Those are great games too.
It's great. Like you said, in the same decade, we've got all three groups, reaching deep into the playoffs. That's great.
It's my bad. I didn't know that about the GVs, but that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
It's nice to see that it's all levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the men's had a really good run for a few years. We've played in semis and stuff like that. So,
speaking of which, how'd the men do? How'd you guys do?
So
I saw the score.
Yeah, the men's team, overall over the course of the season did very well. We had a number of guys leave the team to go back to university, which is fine. And quite frankly, they helped, but the heart of the team is here, and we had a number of people had other commitments. They couldn't make it for this last game. we had an injury to our quarterback on a Thursday before the game, which made it tough, and he had a tough time throwing the ball, so it was tough to get our passing game going. I thought we were prepared. But you know what? One of the things we were facing against the national champions.
Oh, the GTA?
GTA, they're national champions. They're fast, they're strong. Their defense was fairly strong. Their offense was very athletic. They have athletic receivers across the board.
Yeah.
And guys with experience too, you can tell. You know what? And one of the things though that came out of this is our team is got to be 90% rookies. 90% rookies, like first year playing the game, and they at least got a taste of the level of ball that they have to aspire to develop themselves to be. And that means physically in the weight room, a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, but then at the same time they recognize that in order for us to compete at the highest levels with the top-notch teams in the league, we have to execute flawlessly, and that's something that we need to program starting in January and get our systems in and work our timing and really commit to an identity and develop that in the off season. So
you might have like the men's team might have 3 or 4 quarterbacks going into camp next year.
That's great.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah,
there's Owen Webb, Kalen, Mason, and
those are some good quarterbacks.
Well, there's some talk that there's two other ones that might come out too. So there could be 5.
Yeah,
we have 2 Heck Creighton Award winners living in North Bay, and the circumstances were such that they weren't able to come out this year, but they're going to be playing flag football this fall. And
both of them, or one of them?
I thought both, but one of them I for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Jordan is or
Jordan is for sure.
Yeah, okay, good. Then there's the other guy there, and
I haven't met him yet. I met Kyle. And they won Heck Creighton this year. Kyle won it in, I think, 13
and the other
12.
one wins it the next year.
Yeah, and the other one was
Master and Bishops.
Yeah.
So both these guys are here.
We got 2 quarterbacks at Bishops. You got Mason and Robillard.
Yeah.
Andrew's out there this year, eh?
Yeah. So that's 2. And then Owens, I heard from Jason, he's got some ankle issue or something. So but he's at York, I believe.
Yeah.
So
he's in Toronto.
I mean, 3 quarterbacks at U Sports level.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge for a small town program.
Absolutely.
There's not really anybody smaller than us, right? So
not in these leagues.
No.
So I think that's a testament right there. So something. I mean, Jay's doing a great job with those guys when they get to that age group too.
Yeah.
So
senior varsity?
Oh yeah.
I'm super proud of the senior varsity team. They went down there with like 25 guys. 4 guys couldn't start the game because they were injured and they succumbed to the hot weather. It was the hottest day of the year, and they ended up playing York Lions with 21 guys and beat them 36-29.
Speaking of which, I got to give a shout out. We haven't done it enough this year. I got to give a shout out to Jordan Piche.
Oh yeah.
2 Jeffs because Jordan, we had water for the men's team, and I think we had to go through it twice. Man, it was like 40 some degrees. It was over 45 on the turf. It was hot.
Oh yeah.
And they only pushed our game an hour, so instead of a 6 o'clock kickoff, we did a 7 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah.
Man, in Brampton, it was still really hot.
Yeah, it's muggy down there.
Yeah, our water guys like Joe Dunn, big help. All these guys have been excellent for the whole 4 teams.
H2O crew.
My God, you can't. That's so important.
All of our trainers, Josh and Dee with the JVs, and Shayna and Bridget with the JVs. Not sure who's with the senior varsities. I know Shayna was there a game. She helped us with the men's, and thankfully they're there also because none of us are medics or nurses or trainers, and there's a lot you can learn from those people too.
Oh yeah.
So you guys had exceptional training staff. They're awesome. They're at SportsMed, right? So they're awesome. Just talking to them and learning from them is awesome. They know a lot. So, but yeah, the men's team, a little bit of a struggle, but like Mark said, the team's close.
Yeah, the team is close, and they're looking to build.
Being around all the teams I've been on, Marc's won championships. I've won championships. You get a feeling for which teams have an opportunity. And I'm sure you felt it on your Bantams this year when the tides turn, and it's just everybody getting along, everybody on the same page, everybody buy in. Sometimes you don't get that on a team, eh?
No.
You got too many people training and practicing to be MVPs than to be teammates.
Yeah.
And when you have that, when you have everybody vying to be the MVP, there's too many individuals on the team, and it takes away from that actual work. So when you get everybody buying into the system, communication, hanging out after practice, it's one thing for a coach to organize for everybody to be at practice together. It's another thing for everybody to organize to say, hey, let's go play baseball, let's go bowling, let's go down to the beach. That stuff's different. That means you're actually taking it upon yourself to create a team atmosphere outside of the coaches. Coaches can't create that. Sometimes that's what the individual has to do rather than be an MVP, right?
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. That's taken place a lot more. I'm starting to see it. Haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, I'm going to put a shameless plug out for the youth program. A lot of these kids in the Bantam, at the Bantam level, came from our youth football program, and they've been developing together as a unit with the same coaches, with the same group, the same kids throwing the ball around in a more competitive environment, and they've been learning together, and that demonstrates itself at a provincial level. So, it starts early. They get to become friends. It's a friendly league, and then they come into the competitive environment, and then they're teammates, and when they were against each other, they're still friends. So, that's what I kind of attribute a lot of this to. Matthew and Dane had a chemistry that was built over years of being on a youth squad together, and it really did show itself. So
that's awesome.
A testament to that program. It's really good.
And the other thing I have to say, I got to thank everybody for all the hot sauces that were purchased.
Holy.
We sold some pretty quick. Hey, just so you guys know, for you that do enjoy it, that really liked it, we still have some kicking around. So if you want any, reach out to Krista, and I'll make sure that she has enough for everybody. And hopefully we'll get some out to the youth league this fall also. And some of the flag players say, hey guys, this is good stuff.
It is good.
It is.
I really enjoy it.
And we can get rid of that, and that helps us cover some of the expensive. It's really difficult when this year was easier, a little bit easier. But if we have for the people watching, like the parents and stuff like that, when we have 3 teams or 4 teams that are all playing playoffs away,
the costs are just
so people
compounded.
know. If we have 3 teams, the JV, Bantam, and SV is playing away games, that could be as high as an additional $12,000 for a weekend.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Right?
Easily for one in that first round.
And if all teams went to the finals playing on the road, that's a lot of money. It's $36,000. So
just for travel.
Yeah. So these little fundraisers that we do come playoff time, that's where we just try to add a little bit more to make sure all that stuff's covered, especially for you guys.
Yeah.
You guys, sometimes you guys need 2 buses.
Well, we were lucky this time.
Okay.
We had 1 bus, but we had the fan bus, and that was, they fundraised for themselves, and that was a really good initiative. They really did put their heart and soul into it.
That's
so
awesome.
we appreciate that too.
Shows family.
Yeah.
Shows everybody wants to
like
be
I said,
there.
we had the best traveling fans.
Yeah.
They almost outnumber the home team, and that's good to see.
That's cool.
Yeah,
we had that a couple times the first year we did JV also.
Yes.
So they were traveling too. So that's awesome. One thing that's happening this weekend that I hope everybody gets out to is we're going to have local legend Mike O'Shea in town to have a field named after. So Mike's from North Bay, played at Woodfield. I think he was drafted in '93.
Mm-hmm.
4th overall. I think he was drafted by the Eskimos. I think he got traded.
He was out west and he got
Damon
traded
Allen
to
or
North
something
Bay.
like that. He got traded to Hamilton. Played a couple years for Hamilton. Went to the Double Blue.
That's where he became big.
Yeah.
And then he went back to Hamilton for a year.
He did.
And then he went back to Toronto. And now he's a coach. And he's got all the accolades. CFL Most Outstanding Rookie, 1993. CFL Most Outstanding Canadian, 99. CFL Coach of the Year, 2021. Had a cup of coffee with the Lions. And 6-time Grey Cup champion.
Yeah. Just
What
a tremendous resume.
Could be a 7-time Grey Cup champion.
got
Well,
the-
they're 10-0 or
8-0.
9-0.
9-0.
9-0, and they're playing
if
tonight.
they're playing
Tonight
they're
in
playing
Montreal.
tonight in Montreal.
8:30 kickoff.
So if they're able to win that, he's going to come to North Bay and we get to celebrate a little bit with him.
He's coming either way.
Yeah.
And that's going to be on Saturday at 2:00, I believe.
Yeah.
Saturday at 2:00. So if you
think
guys
that's the
want to meet
13th.
Mike, it's called Mike O'Shea Field Dedication at the Steve Omenshell Sports Complex, Saturday at 2 p.m. I've gotten to meet Mike, talk to him on the phone. I remember when we started the JV league, Mike was really supportive. We put him on the speakerphone on the bus, and he talked to all the kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Great guy.
Yeah.
Great
Speaking
guy.
of which, the Bantams will be at Omichelle, or soon to be named O'Shea Field. I'm not sure what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Mike O'Shea Field.
Mike O'Shea Field. They'll be there from 2 to 6, I believe it is. For
You guys
some
are
flag
playing-
football fun.
You guys are playing after the dedication or
Yeah.
during?
During whatever. There's going to
Okay.
be
Scheduled for 2.
football happening.
Yep.
While the legend is there, so he can see his hometown crew do what they do best.
I know we got asked to ref, but I think I might be joining him in Sudbury to watch the NFC semifinal
Yeah.
between the Spartans and
GTA All-Stars.
GTA All-Stars.
Yeah.
Sudbury's got home field advantage.
Good for them. They've got a great program up there. They just won the JV division in
They
the
won the JV
OSFL, if
yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
They did.
Yeah. So good for them.
It's exciting for them, yeah.
Yeah, they have a good crew up there.
They've it's been a work in progress up there too. They've had the same problems North Bay's had. They had to leave the NFC for a couple of years and reestablish themselves, and the old guard came in and got it going again. Great ownership over there too, and we're starting to build back to that position too, hopefully. So
What helped them this year is that they, with the restriction on 19-year-olds in the OSFL, they just saw that it was not fair, rightly so. Just wasn't fair that they had 18, 19-year-olds and they were going to have to tell 8 of them on every week that they couldn't play. So they just scrapped the whole program and told everybody to go play NFC ball. So all those young guys, even the 17, 18-year-olds, if they do enter an NFC a senior varsity team next year, there's going to be some 17-year-olds that will be 18. They're going to have a year's experience at the NFC level now. They didn't play much, but they got to practice.
They got to practice.
But
they learn a lot.
That's some serious football up there.
Having a bench of 40 all the time and a bunch of 19-year-olds certainly helped their results this year.
Yeah, they were top of the league, or they were close.
They're going to be in tough because I think GTA's passing game and their receiving core skill set is superior to what Sudbury has in their defensive backfield. So I think that's probably where it's going to...
That's where the attack will come?
That's where the attack will come because that's
just
the way
seeing
I
them
see it. Yeah.
face.
yeah, well,
You saw them face to face this week, didn't you?
Who's that?
The GTA?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I played last weekend, and I was sore till about Monday. That's the way it goes. You get older, and everything feels the same. It's fun to be around, but you don't miss the pain.
You're right.
But anyways, but
Not here to bring it up.
I was actually, it was funny because I was out playing around with Pichette and Ferreira last night at the field, and because we're going to be playing flag football together, so some of the younger guys were out, we were running some routes and messing around, and I didn't realize this, and sometimes I don't because I just don't think about it, but G Ferreira's 53 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right?
he looks
And
in great shape.
Jason Bichette, I'm gonna say 36, but no, I think he's like 46. And it's so funny because these guys, when I was starting to play, like I was a paper boy first. When I was like 11, 12 years old, I was a paper boy, right? So what did you see every Monday on the paper was the Bulldogs recap, right? And I remember reading, like, I'd deliver my papers, read about these guys. And then when I was just a young kid, we didn't have any JV or Bantam or youth league football and stuff like that. So I was going to hang out with these guys and learn how to play football,
Yeah.
right? So these guys were my idols. And it was awesome because they were in their prime. And that Bulldogs men team, I was trying to explain it to some of the young rookies on the NFC team, even the guys that are playing CIS and stuff. That wasn't soft football. You could hear it across the field. I don't want to say that anything's changed in regard to the size of the kids and the athletic ability and stuff, but I'm sure you can see the difference being around it as long as you have.
The hits are different. The aiming point of the hits are different. Back then, it was anything goes. I know I was taught to put the screws of my helmet through the helmet, and if you knock them out, then, well, you get cheered. But that doesn't exist today at all. It's wrap and squeeze, shoulder to the gut.
It was. I can't even explain it when you talk about the gladiator stuff. And for any of the kids' parents watching, let's go watch some of the NFL and CFL '90s highlights.
Oh boy!
And even the mid 2000s, it's incredibly different. It's it used to call kickoff team suicide squad and kick return homicide squad, right? And so you're just throwing your body out there, and that's where a lot of injuries took place. So they've gotten rid of a lot of that. The game's a lot safer now, and teaching heads up tackle and stuff like that. You're removing the head from the play, but
absolutely.
You hear different things. Like, I think it was just yesterday I heard about Brett Favre came out on a podcast and said, excuse me. He said he experienced upwards of 50 concussions a season. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, come on, 50 a season? It's over 1,000 concussions in his playing career, right? And I thought about it again. Back then, in the early 90s, there was no protecting anybody.
No.
And there wasn't a whole lot of good equipment. And they were not only that, they were playing on AstroTurf, which was like playing on concrete. So I'm like, okay, now I can kind of think about it maybe, but
still a frightening statistic, even if it's half.
It's weird, yeah. I'd never heard anybody ever come out and say anything like that, right? But even when he did our video for us there, he looked a little bit frail, but I mean, today, like I said, it's not softer. Kids are just better. The coaches are more knowledgeable in how to protect each other and how to protect the kids.
The tackling's the same. The impacts are different, just like you mentioned. Like the aiming points are different.
Totally,
it's all safety oriented.
But I also think it's more effective too.
It is more
effective
now.
Wrapping legs is way more effective than bouncing off of somebody. Right?
Yeah, and it's illegal. It's illegal, and it's a penalty to do certain things, spearing, stuff like that. Like defenseless receivers, all those things. Like receivers used to go across the middle in the pro leagues in college, and they were just done. Careers were ended because of stupid plays that, we call them stupid today, right?
Yeah.
But
a hospital shot where you have to run across the middle and they're just vulnerable.
Yeah. Funny you say that. My best friend growing up, Danny Rogers, he played for the North Bay Bulldogs. And in a game in which he was playing against me, I was playing for the Spartans, he was doing just that. He was running a dig route, and straight towards, and I passed him off to my linebacker, and the linebacker passed him off to Don Cuxey, who was the half on the other side. He saw him coming. The ball was thrown and was overthrown, and Donnie just took him out and blew his shoulder out, and that was the end of his playing career right there. And it was by today's standards, it would have been an RP. That would have been a rough play call, and he would have definitely been penalized and probably disqualified from the game. So it's changed a lot. It's changed a heck of a lot. Sure.
What I was getting to is when I was hanging out and playing with those guys, they're so funny because they when I got to see them, nobody will get to see this unless they played with them or were around. But they were in their prime, and I idolized those guys. They were so much fun to watch. But today, when we're out running around and stuff, they talk about all these injuries and what it was like. And holy crap, how are you still playing? I'm like, guys, it's not what it used to be. It's actually really fun. It's not even close. I played 3 games, and I didn't even have anybody try to cut block me.
Yeah.
It was awesome. You know how many times people were cut blocking before? I don't think I could go a game without having to make sure somebody didn't hit me in the knees.
Yeah.
And then you talk to the guys about their injuries, and some guys talk about their sore knees. They talk about having to go to the chiropractor and stuff that hurts. I'm fortunate enough that I don't have any of those problems. And I know lots of guys don't have those problems, but then some of them do. And I feel for them because I couldn't imagine having to not be able to run around and play even flag football, right? So, but we were playing, and Jay still got an arm on him. I think he's going to surprise some kids this year.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
And
he'll take it for granted, and all of a sudden he'll burn them.
He's having fun, and it's great to see them come back out. It's like, to me, I don't even see the time lapse, right? And it's fun just being on the field with those guys again. And I tell you, at the very least, it's hilarious listening to them bicker at each other. The banter does not change.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my bad.
To me, that outcome is exactly the kind of outcome that we hope to get in developing teams, Bantam, junior varsity, senior varsity, and men's, so that once they develop that friendship of that you develop when you're being a teammate, that these guys are in their 40s and 50s, and they can come out and be boys again and really enjoy each other's company, playing and just having fun.
Yeah.
It's a relief, stress reliever. It's all the things that you need to stay healthy in this day and age. It's awesome to see. The friendships that are made in football are really they're not equaled anywhere else.
Hey, you either make a friend or you lose a friend. It all depends whether or not they call that crack block.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah. Yeah.
Which they don't do that anymore either, so that's a good thing too. Those could hurt somebody.
So you mentioned something about a quarterback that you saw in a game?
Oh, we're talking about legal hits and
hits,
illegal hits. Absolutely.
Oh, first, before you get into that, I'm just going to say, guys, this is our new green screen. We haven't used it yet. It's up here because we're going to try and do something. We're gonna have a little practice go here. So that being said, Mark can talk about his quarterback hit. And you guys might see this a little bit more frequently. So it's pretty unique. It's going to show some really cool stuff. Hopefully we can get maybe some flag clips up or some youth clips up, something like that each week. And we'll go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to try and do a little bit
We're going to try and spice up the podcast, make it a little bit less us sitting and a little bit more action in the background. Something.
We're going to try and film a few of these flag games this fall and film some of the youth games.
Yeah, hopefully we have the highlights.
We'll be able to do that. That's going to be kind of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So stay tuned for you subscribers. We appreciate you. We really do. Hopefully there's more.
Yeah. So we were talking about how the game has changed.
Yeah.
And clearly there's a game that took place this summer between GTA All-Stars at the NFC level and the Tri-City Outlaws. And the GTA player, number 8, and we have a clip of it, and we'll show you the clip. And what it is he's dropping into coverage. The quarterback is in the back in his pocket, looking to pass the ball, and he gets flushed out.
Yeah. So
it turns into a rollout, and he's rolling out, and he's flushed out towards the sideline, and his eyes are clearly downfield. He has he's not thinking about passing, and his eyes are downfield. The defensive back sees this and he attacks the quarterback. Now, he launches himself with no intent to injure. This is an important point. He had no intention to injure the quarterback. He wanted to leap up as high as he could with both hands up there to try and bat the ball down. Problem is, he was coming in with so much velocity and he leapt so high. Once you leave the ground, you clearly don't have control over your body.
No.
And he came up, and the quarterback delivered the ball. Now the quarterback delivered the ball, and he was 4 or 5 yards away, but in the air. He had leaped up and he flew through the air. And of course he saw that he missed, and he brings his knee up. You can see it in the clip. He brings his knee up, and his knee hits the quarterback in the upper chest. The guy's hip hits the quarterback in the shoulder and head, knocks the helmet flying, and injures the quarterback. You can clearly see it. The quarterback did come back, but at the end of the game, he left the game 20 plays later, and he was x-rayed with broken ribs. Okay. Now, in the game, the referee was behind. You can see that the referee is behind the quarterback, and from his angle he thought it was an unnecessary roughness. the Tri-City Outlaws submitted the film. The film was taken from the fans, from the sidelines, from the bleachers, and it shows a completely different angle. And from this angle, you could see that the player should have taken a different route, and he lost control of his body and allowed the collision to take place. And so it was reviewed, and the referee in chief brought it to university referees, OUA refs. They all reviewed it, and they came back and they said, yeah, if this had happened in an OUA game, it would have been reversed and reviewed, and it would have been a rough play, 25-yard penalty, and number 8 would have been disqualified from the game, and he would have been given a 1-game suspension. Why? And the question is why? Because everybody agrees he didn't intend to hurt the quarterback.
Yeah, so no
the
malice.
The problem is with the new rules, the onus is on the defensive player when he's making a play on a quarterback that he must be in control of his body such that when the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, he has to be able to make a move to avoid the collision.
Makes sense.
So, and of course, it was appealed, and the GTA was unhappy about the fact because they were really adamant about that the most important thing was the intent. If there was no intent, he shouldn't have been penalized. However, that's not the rule, and that's not how those rules are being called. Interestingly enough, the same guy, and you can see this in the clip, we have a clip of that as well, the same guy, number 8, later on in the game, on the opposite side of the field, once again, the quarterback gets flushed out, heading to the sideline, and the player, number 8, attacks the quarterback again, and has every opportunity to replicate the exact same play. Except this time, he obviously got penalized for it, 15-yarder before,
yeah.
And he recognized how to change his trajectory, and he didn't hit the quarterback. He still got his hand up, but this time, instead of being penalized, he got credited with a statistic. He got credited with a hurry.
Yeah.
He rushed the quarterback to throw the ball before he wanted to. The ball went incomplete. He gets credited with a hurry, which helps him in all-star selections and all these things. And everybody gets to play the next play. Nobody gets injured. At the end of the day, he disrupted the pass. He did the job. The outcome was correct, but no injuries. So the same guy, same game, does it wrong according to the new rules in football, and then in the same game later, he does it right. So this shows exactly how the game has evolved and how defenders have to adjust how they play the game.
Right.
Especially guys that have played in both eras, certainly. How they need to adjust how they play the game. And it's incredible because the game has changed. I was one of the first people to jump out of his seat watching a CFL game and watch a defender get penalized for something I thought he was a great play. But the game has changed, and they talk about that stuff.
Hey, you know what? It has, because I'm not going to name names, and I'm sure some people that are going to see this are going to laugh and probably jump out of their seat hysterically about this. But I do know that there's been games where quarterbacks are driving and they got lots of time, and it was nothing for a linebacker to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps and still hit the quarterback after he's fallen through, just to let him know, hey, I am here. I'll be back. And I don't care about the flag. I just want to let you know that I'm around.
Yeah.
Sending a message.
Which, you get an ejection now.
Yeah, it's a 25-yard penalty,
Yeah.
not a little 10, 15-yard.
Yeah. So, but I do know that those plays did take place, but that's the difference in generation, and the players can't do that anymore.
No.
But,
Well, it's for the safety of the game.
Yeah.
to the point where you even touch them with your hand like this, the refs,
If
hey,
it happens to be in
Yeah.
the face, it's a penalty.
oh yeah,
By accident.
by accident.
Yeah.
So it's changed a lot, which is good. Quickly though, the youth registrations,
Yeah, they're ongoing right now.
they're taking youth. So if anybody has any kids between the ages of 9 and 13,
Yeah.
we're accepting player registrations right now. What's the cost to play this year?
$275 or $280.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
It's a real deal because it comes with rental of helmets. You get your helmet, you get your shoulder pads, you get your jersey. You get to keep the jersey at the end of the season. And you got your game pants. All the kids got to do, they got to buy their underwear, which is their girdle.
Yeah, the girdle.
And, actually, in the youth, we have the
integrated
pants with the integrated. So if they want to buy their own girdle, they can. We'll fit them in the regular pants. But if they don't, we have pants for that. So, yeah, it's I'll tell you from...
It's a riot.
It's a riot. It's a fun time.
Great.
The pressure's off for us coaches. We get some of the men's team guys come in and coach, and other people. It's just it's a time where you can teach kids how to block, tackle, and have fun. Have fun playing the game.
Yeah, it's a little bit more relaxed. It's not like the provincials where every play matters. Everybody
gets to
we
play,
try to
right?
rotate everyone in.
Everybody gets to play.
Everyone gets to play. We desperately try to get people the ball if you're on offense.
Yep.
Even if you're the smallest kid on the team, you're gonna run.
Or the biggest laboring guy.
Or the biggest guy.
Throw him the ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Defense has a great time. It's really a learning league, and you learn to love the game, learn to have fun, learn to have fun, friends.
Exactly.
It's more catered to that. I mean, it's still competitive. Don't get me wrong, but the goal there's a lot less emphasis on it.
Yeah. The goal in youth is for kids to fall in love with the game of football. And they do that when they have fun. So we give them a very fun environment, and without them even knowing it, some of the drills they're doing, they're learning football skills, even though they think they're just farting around having fun with their buddies and playing with their, getting contact going and that sort of thing. But it's a lot of fun. Been going at it since 2004. 2004. We're getting close to 20 years, boys.
Yeah,
it's getting up there. Holy jeez.
Yeah, the rosters keep getting bigger. The attention.
Yeah, over 130 kids last year.
Yeah.
And you know what? Registration's going on right now, and it is accelerating. It's going fast.
Yeah.
So
if you've got friend,
you got to secure your spot. Don't need all the money right now. You just need to register, get something in, and get Krista to get your name down on the master roster, and then at the end of August we'll get together and get these guys out there.
I have our radio set up here, so I'll play that quickly.
All right, go.
Here we go.
So ready for the kids to attack the gridiron. Registration is now open for the North Bay Bulldogs 2022 Youth Tackle Football League. Head to northbaybulldogs.com. Youth 9 to 13 compete in a full season of practices and games from September through October. It's safe and fun for all kids who want to play. Register for the North Bay Bulldogs 2022 Youth Tackle Football League online at northbaybulldogs.com. This is Bulldog Country. Touchdown!
I love it.
Your North Bay Bulldogs.
Yeah.
We also have our flag one that everybody will be hearing on the radio.
The North Bay Bulldogs are ready for the kids to attack the gridiron. Touchdown! Registration is now open for the North Bay Bulldogs 2022 Youth Tackle Football League.
Well, that's the top one.
North Bay Bulldogs.
A double plug, are we?
Ready for the kids to attack the gridiron. Registration is now open for the North Bay Bulldogs 2022
I'm not underneath the site either.
Football League. Head to northbaybulldogs.com. Add your team to a league offering a full season of exciting flag football action from August through October. There are individual and team awards to be won. Register your team today for the North Bay Bulldogs 2022 Flag Football League. Go online to northbaybulldogs.com. This is Bulldog Country. Touchdown! The North Bay Bulldogs are ready for the kids
It
to
keeps
attack
playing.
the gridiron.
There it is.
Yeah.
You won't forget that one.
No,
sorry. It's they gave me the commercials to preview, Mark and I and Nick, and both commercials have the same title.
Oh, okay.
So it was confusing to which one I was opening on Spotify there.
Right.
That's fine. That's fine.
So
But they'll be hearing
to
more.
Bulldogs Country 90.5, and you'll hear the commercials.
Right
They'll
on.
be out there. I believe
I love that.
they're going to be it's My North Bay Now also has on the community events page to sign up at northbaybulldogs.com. Contact Nick, contact Krista, and get everybody registered. We're about to have a really fun season. I'm pretty excited about it. Should be pretty busy.
Yeah, and if there's some guys who want to coach, that's just, I don't know who has more fun, the coaches or the kids sometimes. But I know it's a great way to get an hour or so of practice in on once or a couple times a week, and on the weekend it's an hour and a half a game, and it's a lot of fun. So if there's people out there who want to coach youth football, they just need to let us know, and we'll make sure they have a spot.
We'll find a spot for you, whatever your skill level. Trust me.
Shout out to Tater Todd. He's back in town. Alex Deek. He's been gone for a long time. He's going to be working in town again. So
I love that guy.
He'll probably want to be
solid football player.
He'll probably be wanting to get back into coaching. He coached in youth when we started. Same time Dan and I were. I coached with Jay.
Yeah.
Coached the first year too. Russ Burns. We beat Coach Mathon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So. But lots going on, and we're going to cover some more stuff next week, and we'll see if we can get the green screen working, see how that...
Yeah, well, we'll see how all of the production values, if they go up.
Yeah.
They may not. There might be just a big green blob here.
Hey, don't forget, everyone's going to get to see our new surprise there at the beginning and ending there. Thomas just sent me an email, so might be able to plug in some cool stuff there.
Yeah. This is just the beginning for the podcast. So
still got a long ways to go and play with it a little bit more, and I'm really excited. I think we're gonna be able to do some pretty cool stuff with it. So, especially when we get a little bit of our upgrades coming in.
Yeah, maybe get some players in, get some other coaches in. Especially when it comes.
Yeah, we're gonna do something
diversify
like that throughout the whole off season. We'll get some players in.
A work in progress, just like the league. So
we also got some pretty cool stuff coming in. We're going to be having our 75th anniversary since football started in North Bay. I think it was 1953, 1954, something like that.
Yeah.
So we have actually a really cool, unique new logo that's going to be designed.
Nice. That
kind of incorporates all the teams together. The Ticats, the Bulldogs, the Northmen. It's going to be really unique. So
all right.
We're going to have some cool stuff to show everybody. So the podcast isn't done just because summer football's done. Yeah. We're going to get all the youth info out there. We'll get that from the coaches. Maybe have some of the coaches from the youth league in. Try and get Coach Debs in and talk about some high school football.
Yep.
Coach Ferreira, get everybody in here. Give us some updates. Nick to give us some updates on flag.
Yeah, Eric Morgan.
Eric,
Let him come back in.
Eric also. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for Eric. He's going to be running for city council.
So I've heard.
He's got a lot of endorsements.
Yeah, good.
I was talking to him last night. He's pretty excited about that. So keep an eye out for Coach Eric. You'll see his signs around town. That is the real deal, Coach Eric Morgan. You can follow him on Twitter at Coach
at
Eric
Twitter.
Morgan.
Who convinced him to do that? I'm sorry.
Oh, did you? I saw that today.
Yep.
I think he would do very, very well for the city of North Bay on council, and I think his voice and his take on things is something that I think is needed on.
It's refreshing.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's not just because I'm biased and I like the guy and coach with him. It's just I think he's got a really good outlook on what the city needs.
Yeah.
So we'll see what his platform is.
It's awesome.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah. Great person to have on there. So we're at our 48-minute mark, and I got to get to the field because I got some kids waiting on me for some workouts. So make sure you guys stop by the field between 6 and 7 Wednesdays and Thursdays. We'll be doing workouts, flipping tires, hitting them with sledgehammers, pulling sleighs, pushing sleighs, knees over toes, all that stuff. Join some of the men's. Nick Laporte will be there. And then we'll be practicing, playing around with the ball from 7 o'clock till about 9:30 each Wednesday and Thursday. So if you want to play around, run some routes,
just join in.
Yeah. We have the year-end banquet for all levels, I believe, this on the 14th.
I think the men's are doing something around Christmas.
Around Christmas?
I think it's the SV, JV,
okay, so Bantam, JV, SV. Barbecue at Rolly Fisher on the 14th. Players are free. Guests are $5. Awards are going to be announced for I think all levels.
Yeah, Chris MVP. And I did some pretty cool stuff.
I heard. I'm not going to give it away. So MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, well, don't say that. Rookie, O-line, D-line, versatile, and coachable. There's going to be a good time. So we'll probably announce the next podcast, but that's coming up.
Yeah.
So look forward to being there.
We'll announce them after the banquet.
Oh yeah, after the banquet.
Yeah.
No.
I know who they are. Yeah, so
pictures. Let's.
Yeah. So it's exciting enough that we're going to be doing stuff like that. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment below the video. Let us know if there's anything we're missing. We can always add something to our show.
Yep.
So ideas are always welcome.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure. And if you want to join, and there's some alumni out there watching, leave a comment and let us know. I can't see everybody. There's like hundreds of people in the NFC Bulldogs alumni group. So
yeah.
I know Kevin Amansky wants to get on at some point and make the trip up here and talk about all the fun times he had. So
that would be cool.
Come on up.
Yeah. Krista wants on
I
to
played
talk
against
about
him.
Oh, right.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah, love to have Coach Krista here.
yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta
that'd
get
be
her on
great.
at some point. And Coach Debs, we gotta get him on at some point too.
Absolutely.
There's too many coaches we gotta get on here.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's
Yeah, we'll go through them all at some point.
We gotta
That's
get our
great.
new mic set up, Coach, and our video switcher and all that stuff, so we can get more people out here.
Yeah, lots of good stuff coming up.
All right, have a good one. See you guys later. See you at the field.
See you at the field.